right, well, welcome to Chop It Up for this, the very first Tuesday in the Jordan year, 20 and 23. It's the Jordan year.
Here we go.
So, just greatness is all flowing throughout this year for some of us. All right, so my name is Kevin.
For some,
the podcast, a video cast.
For some. Don't make any gambling bets, though. That may go the other way.
For some, if you're balding and you're a llama, it might not go so well for you. But my name is Kevin, host of the podcast. We do this every Tuesday for your entertainment, your enjoyment, your inspiration, and as always, just because we can. I'm joined, as always, by my brothers, and this is completely off the top, off the dome, and unscripted. I'll let them introduce themselves, and we will jump into it for tonight.
Well, I don't know about jumping. There's not a lot of places I jump, bro. If y'all see me running or jumping, there's a problem. So just take care of yourself. Exactly. Don't ask me any questions. Because my goal is to outrun you or to outjump you. So you can.
And if I got to knock you down to do it,
hey,
listen.
I'm just.
If I happen to trip you and you wind up behind me, I love you. I'm gonna pray for you on the other side of whatever his face is.
That's right.
My God.
Jesus, stiff arm, and I'm gone. That's
straight Heisman.
Telling you right now, if y'all see me running, don't ask questions.
Don't ask questions. Just run.
I'm just telling you right now. Hey, we're trying to help some of y'all. For the people that know, we grew up that way. Hey, you don't. If you see just run with them. No, you don't run. You don't run in the other direction to find out what's going on. Head the other way. I'm saving some of y'all's lives right now.
Why are they running? What's
exactly.
going on?
You're the first one to get shot. Yeah.
It's
right. Yeah. You ask questions when we get there and we stop running. That's when you ask questions.
Listen, folks don't understand. That's part of the culture.
Hey, that folks, straight up is culture.
We're trying to help y'all. We're giving you a peek behind the curtain, people. We don't do that often. Which is like,
Man, back in the day, I was Darian Lewis, Tulsa, Oklahoma. Happy to be here.
Oh, did I even introduce myself?
No, you didn't.
You
just
went straight in.
Oklahoma City. Go ahead. Okay.
You just went straight in.
Hey, both feet.
No, just on that. A while ago, a friend of mine decided to. I was in a funk. Decided to throw me in his car, and had just come out of doing real estate. It just kind of lost my company. He was trying to help me get back on my feet. Yada yada yada. So he's like, "Len, let me get you out there. Let me, let's go check out some houses. Let's go see if we can find, a couple of flips, whatever." He was just trying to help me out, Yeah. And so we're driving through the neighborhood, what have you, and we pull over into this one neighborhood. He said, "Okay, I'm gonna go on the other side of the street, and I'm gonna walk up that block, and then you walk up this block." All right. It's like, okay, cool. And so we're just looking. Anyway. So we go our opposite directions, not too far, because it was like 3 or 4 houses that we all wanted to check out. He's like, "I'll check out these, and you go check out those." Okay. No worries. Okay. So next thing I know is, hey, run, get in the car. And he's moving. He's moving. And I'm like, what? He's like, just get in the car. He's not explaining to me anything. So I'm running and ducking.
At the same time. Because you don't know.
I don't know what's going here.
Moving a zigzag. Listen, zigzag formation.
BWD. Bob, we've done. I'm telling you.
We get in the car. We're both. And I just look at him like, what were we running from? Next thing I know, this pit bull jumps on the hood of his car.
No. See, if you would have stopped and asked questions,
I'd have been somebody's breakfast.
Literally.
Right. Yep.
Man, I'll never forget that. I was like, yes. So that's why it's a part of the culture, folks. Ask questions later.
Hey.
Yep.
So I'm so proud of Juan and Ashley, and at that time it was Claudia, because I went and this was back in 2016, I think, or 17. when I got my ears re-pierced. So this one was pierced, this one wasn't. So I went to an actual piercing shop, and so they pulled the studs out like 6 weeks later. And so they're all up in the front, and I'm walking.
Wait, hold on. I'm sorry. Hold on, Tori. You mean you minister in the church and you have earrings?
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow. Right here. Oh, and well, don't forget. Ooh, my arms are so big. And yes. That's a whole nother topic, by the way.
Yeah.
But anyway, so
Can I believe I'm on this channel with you?
Don't even front. So my mind is, my mind where I'm joking about everything, almost everything. And so they see me coming out the back. I'm like, let's go. Their eyes got this big. Boom! They were gone. I'm so proud of y'all because they didn't ask questions. They just moved.
Ask later.
And I was out on the sidewalk rolling. They're like, what? I said, I just want to see if y'all going to move or not. That's it. Hey, y'all got my back. Yeah, the lady in the front reflexes was cracking up. I was just testing y'all, just make sure y'all knew. Hey. Yeah, hey, now you know.
You had to know if you raised her right.
Hey, I had to.
Exactly.
No, I know I raised her right. I didn't know if she listened. That's what I need. That's what I need to find out. Did it sink in?
Did it get in?
Yeah, exactly.
Did it get in?
Exactly.
Good stuff.
Their eyes got big, but then it clicked. Boom, they were gone.
Gone. We talk about it later.
Right.
We're going to live to talk about it later.
Live to talk about it. That's right.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right. So last night, I actually wasn't watching the game. I was actually doing some things else. And across my feed, well, I think ESPN, I received one notification that there was a player injured, postponing the game. I was like, okay. And then I saw it again someplace else, and it was a little more urgent. And so I turned on the football game, and there is just this scene of players, some crying, some broken down, others surrounding. And so the young man's name, Damar Hamlin. There was a hit last night. He actually was the tackler. He tackled, who was it? What's his name?
I forgot who it was.
He tackled somebody and got up and went down. And so this is the barbershop. This is the online barbershop where we have conversations that guys are having across the country and barbershops across the world.
That's right.
And we figured this is something we probably wanted to talk about because there's that. And then we'll probably get into Skip Bayless's comment as well as the NFL and their response or their decision-making process. So just wanted to kind of lay it out, talk
or non-response.
At least the news, at least that last we saw, is that he has his basically in stable conditions. He's in critical condition, I think.
Yes,
but they've at least stabilized him. He's last I saw they had put him to sleep with the tube to help him breathe. But it is not as tragic as it could have been. They're still doing tests. There's a couple of things going out there as far as what it might have been. If you are one of those that is saying that this is part of the COVID vaccine, jump.
You know what?
Someplace.
Don't even get me started because I heard that one yesterday, and I'm
keeping I'm not putting aside my belief for just a moment. So I'm just gonna say jump someplace. I'm gonna just leave it that way.
Wow. Kev, Kia told me that yesterday. And I literally had to stop. I'm like, you've got to be kidding me.
Yeah.
I said, that's where you're jumping to at this point? Seriously? Yeah. Anyway, I'm you know what? I'm not even going to give that any more airways. I'm done. So you know how I feel about that right now, obviously. So yeah.
Or in the words of who was it? Was it KRS-One who said, put a quarter in yourself because you played yourself?
Not the clapping monkey.
See, that's why we're
Look.
friends, man. You knew exactly where I went.
Not the clapping.
Yes.
Listen. So it's a serious topic. Yes, we are doing, having our conversation. But I want to kind of just bring this up and your takes on it, your thoughts, whatever.
Tragic, first and foremost.
Yes.
Definitely fuel for the violence fire.
Right.
If you look at the hit, I looked at it. I looked at it afterwards. So now, knowing what I know happened,
right,
it looks a lot harder than probably what I would have assumed it was, had I just been watching the game. Because the way he hit, and then the way he landed, was just all chest. Now again, there may be some underlying circumstances that no one was aware of, including him.
Right.
That's what one of the doctors said. But go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Well, so if that's the case, then, but first of all, shout out to the responders, man, because what we're not saying, what no one has said yet, is that heart actually stopped.
Yes, bro, he was dead.
Right.
They brought him back to life.
And the idea of having to come, number one, recognize that they needed to be there. Number two, to the reaction time to assess what needed to happen through all that uniform and get to moving and make that happen. Yeah, shout out to the responders. Yes.
Bro, I was saying that last night because there's an ambulance and there's EMTs, there's first responders at every single game. But how many times have they needed to jump into action?
Right.
So there's no rust because they do it anyway. But with
that much on the line as well. That
was going to be my next point. With that much precision and accuracy to assess and then to bring him back, not just like that, but in the time to save his life. Seriously, bro, hats off to them because that is a scenario that
brain function
they would never have to do. And then boom, that shows the pure excellence of
they picked the right people.
But go ahead, Darian. What you saying?
I was just saying, not his life, brain function.
Yes.
There were a lot of things, and when they say stable but critical condition, typically they're already making speculations as to what he may or may not be able to do. Typically,
and what they said, they gave the right type of CPR because a lot of people don't realize is you can give chest compressions to keep the blood flowing and it keeps that person viable without the breaths. That's a possible way of doing CPR. The breaths are great, but it's that flow of blood. Exactly.
Yeah.
And so for them to realize that, okay, this is what we need to be focusing on and not necessarily the breaths, it was amazing. I mean, they did what they were supposed to do. And I can hear somebody now, well, they were just doing their job. I don't want to hear that. You know what?
Listen.
Give praise and credit where credit and praise is due.
And pay them well.
Yes,
they did the job.
Yeah.
Because if we're honest, there's an expectation. You're there on call, right? As an EMT, right?
Yes.
So you're there on call. So you're always ready to go, right? But there's a being ready to go when I'm out in the streets patrolling. And then there's a ready to go when I'm at a football game, right?
Right.
I may have to run out there, reset a leg. I might have to help somebody who has a neck injury, stabilize and bring them on. I don't know that the average EMT is expecting that they're going to have to save a life,
literally,
at a football field.
Right.
Yes.
So, shouts out to them. To the players that recognize, wait, something's wrong.
Something's real wrong. Yeah, something real wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's because we do see guys. The video that I saw, and I'm not gonna lie to you, I didn't watch it a bunch of different times with a bunch of different angles and all that stuff.
I watched it once.
Yeah, the video that I saw, the way he fell back, I've seen them do that when they just need a little extra time. You know what I mean? Or I'm hurting, but I just need a minute let me catch my breath or what have you, and they'll just lay back. But the way he fell back, and the guy that looked at him was like,
dude,
oh heck no.
That was a Matrix getting unplugged fall.
Yeah.
I mean, he was out before he hit the ground.
Yes.
And so the guys know when, because this is what they do. They know when they know what they're looking at, and when it's real wrong, it's real wrong. And that one was definitely that.
Oh yeah, just like with Lawrence Taylor when he snapped Joe Theismann's leg between the knee and the ankle, the middle of his is it tibia?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He knew immediately. That's why he was screaming, say, hey, look, this ain't right, y'all. Y'all need to come now. So yeah, shout out to them. Shout out to the two coaches, man, because when they met, they had no intention of finishing this game. Neither one of them. The NFL is the one that took too long.
Yeah.
Well, from what I understand, the NFL, and this kind of leads into a discussion about the NFL, because my understanding is that the NFL was basically like, all right, guys, y'all got about 10 minutes, and then let's go ahead and get this game going again. And the coaches were like, no, y'all can jump somewhere else too, because we're not going to do this right now.
Right.
Think about it. If my brother in arms is my guy who I play alongside, we've been in the trenches. This is your coworker, right? You're close. You're one of your buddies, right? If you just seen them on the field, not just being carted off because they broke an ankle, right?
There's no life in him.
There was an AED device used to help bring them back to life.
Yes.
There's no way that it's like, oh yeah, okay, let's go out there and let's now rip each other's heads off and let's go. That doesn't happen.
That doesn't happen. No, not even close. And so, I mean, any good leader. I mean, you take and I'm not talking in a specific president, but just take a president in general, and they're talking to a governor of a state. What do they ask? What does it look like there? Yep. You tell me. I need to know, because I'm not there. What's the assessment so we can figure out what needs to happen? You don't just go, okay, we got 10 minutes. Let's keep moving. No. Yeah. You ask them. You ask the boots on the ground. What's going on right now? I need to know, because I'm not there. You're my eyes. You're my ears. And that didn't happen. And that's disappointing.
I was about to say that if they did get an alert, it was someone more loyal to the league. If I'm using the my
I know what you're saying.
My big words, right? It was someone that definitely would paint the picture as to what you want to hear versus no, now, because to me, honestly, it ain't just simply let's reschedule this game. You're gonna need to get some team psychologists in there.
Yep.
You have to talk some folks through some stuff, man, to get them to want to hit like they hit before.
Dude, that's the thing, because think about it now. You got a DB or a safety, and somebody's coming across the middle. Okay, first, the receiver's like, if I catch this ball and turn around and get hit, what happens to me? Or if you're a DB, if I go to tackle this dude, what's going to happen to me? I mean, these are going through guys' mind now, because guess what? This was never a factor. Broken bones, concussion. Now we've thrown this into the mix, because what one of the doctors said was that what they believe, they don't know for sure, but at the almost like the worst perfect storm, right when a possible arrhythmia happens, then the hit happens at the same exact time, which is not a heart attack. People are saying a heart attack. It was a cardiac arrest, which means the heart just stopped from the hit right when that arrhythmia happened. And that caused the heart to say, okay, I'm done at this point.
We don't know what to do.
Exactly. So what I'm doing, I'm saving something, because I'm just stopping, because I don't know what's going on. The exact precision of that timing right with the arrhythmia, which they believe, again, they're speculating, they don't know.
Right.
But that possibly is what happened. Now these guys are thinking about that. They're going to need therapy. More than just between now and the next game, because they play the Patriots next. Ooh. And so between the Bengals and the Bills and the rest of the league, because guess what? Everybody saw this. So everybody's thinking this is huge.
Well, then you've got the correlation of JJ Watt.
Yes.
having to have his heart shocked back into rhythm.
Yes.
Again, another, that type of scenario is like, okay, is this actually
And he's
frequently
retiring early. Yeah.
right? Yeah. Oh yeah. He said, you know what? I'm done.
He's done.
Yeah. He already said it earlier, but I'm sure he's thinking right now, oh yeah, no, I ain't coming back.
Yeah. No, we good.
Yeah.
We good. Yeah. But that's so as much as it feels like it's an isolated incident, now it's going to be like, okay, what the heck really is going on? That by itself is going to be a bell ringer that's going to mess with some folks for a minute, man. They're going to have to figure out a way to finish up this season without it looking very, very limp. Because listen, I don't care how much money I'm not gonna. If I feel like I'm about to lose my life, y'all can have this check.
No, you can have it.
And here's the thing. Because if we look at this season, remember Tua has also happened this season as well.
And they say it's a second. Technically, I don't care what anybody says, and I'm not a doctor.
It's his third.
That's his third. I don't care what anybody
that
says.
We can point to.
Third concussion. Yes.
That we can point to.
Yes.
Because who knows what else has happened in practice and whatever else.
But the one when they brought him back in the game, he was concussed, bro. He didn't know what day it was. He had no idea.
So when you look at, from a player perspective, there is, this, because for example, when Caleb was playing, he would, I think his character was the Punisher, right?
Yeah.
So he would become the Punisher when he was out there. But you can only put on that persona so much, especially in the face of everything else that's going on. And so looking at what's happening, the question is, how will this impact? Because who was it? There was a play, I think it was pro, where the rusher held up from really hitting the quarterback because he didn't want to get the roughing the passer charge, and then the quarterbacks eased out and threw
that was last week.
Pass. Yeah,
that was last week.
So it's impacting players on that level.
Yeah,
what will this do to players now with the severity of what we just saw?
Yeah, that literally happened last week when he had him wrapped up. He pulled back. The quarterback didn't go down because he thought it was going down. He scrambled, went around, and either got a first down or threw for a first down. Yeah, that's going to be huge. I mean, it's the psyche is we thought it was damaged before, but even now this is on everybody's mind. And I've heard people say, well, the league is safe. Yeah, it is safer, but it's safer for different reasons. Guys can hit harder now because equipment has gotten better. So they hit hard back in the day, but now you've got things that are protecting your body that weren't protecting your body before. So they're going to probably be a little bit more reckless than they were because padding has gotten better. Shoes, helmets have gotten better. Different helmets for different. Before it was one helmet fits all for everybody. Now there's different custom helmets for different players. But now, we've cut down on some of the violent hits, like to the head and targeting and all that.
Yeah.
But it still doesn't. There's still two bodies of that nature and stature colliding. It's not great. And I love
here's
football,
the thing.
Everybody. Let's not get this wrong. Let's not get it twisted. I love football. I absolutely love watching football, but it's not worth somebody's life.
The level of the players now, as far as their bodies, as far as the strength,
we got high schoolers that are 6'5" and 235, bro.
This is different than
if I
what
would have
we saw
seen
growing
that,
up.
I would have never walked in a football field as a freshman, 5'3", and I got blown up. No, there's no way, bro. No. If I saw your son on the field, Kev, nah, bro, I'm out.
I'm good.
Nah,
Yeah.
You want me to do
y'all doing tryouts for the golf team?
No, bro. You know what I did? I joined the choir and got into musicals. You think I'm joking?
Yeah.
Screaming my name, Watkins. Chin strap. Nah, I'm out. Watkins. No. Throwing the dude, halfback. Told me to go up the middle. I got blown up. I said, this is not for me, bro. I'm out. I'm done. Seriously, you can call me whatever you want to call me. Where the choir at? Let me sign up for the musicals.
Y'all got any of that flag football laying around here?
He then became basketball manager.
Yes, sir.
Nah, bro. You can't.
No, I hear you.
This is not my life.
Yeah,
not doing it.
Yeah,
Lord, no.
So with all of that, there was also a comment or a tweet made by Skip Bayless.
Let's get it right.
That is getting him ethered.
There were multiple tweets, but yes,
there
was one specific one. Yes.
So the one specific one that many people are pointing to, and I'll read it. And this is all in the course of last night as we're watching what's happened with Hamlin, right? Well, I'll kind of do it from here.
You want to start with the one that says not exactly?
Yeah, not exactly sure what happened to Damar Hamlin. Players on both teams are shaken. Ambulance out on the field. CPR administered. Can't remember plane being stopped for this length of time. Just said a prayer for him and his family. Then he says, I've seen so many horrific injuries suffered on football fields, yet never have I seen a reaction like this. In every other situation I witnessed or covered, the game always went on fairly quickly. The attitude was, hey, that's football. For these players, this was different, and he emphasized different.
Yes, okay? He did.
Then he says, no doubt the NFL is considering postponing the rest of this game, but how? This late in the season, a game of this magnitude is crucial to the regular season outcome, ... which suddenly seems so irrelevant. Then he followed up his last one for that night was, nothing is more important than that young man's health. That was the point of my last tweet. I'm sorry if that was misunderstood, but his health is all that matters. Again, everything else is irrelevant. I prayed for him and will continue to. Okay. So
yeah, he misspoke bad.
Yeah, well, yes and no.
He misspoke bad.
Okay, I know I'll let you two speak, and then I'll weigh in. Go ahead.
I think the tweet that many people are pointing to is the no doubt the NFL is considering postponing the rest of this game, but how?
Yeah.
But
so he's asking question, and if we're honest, he's a journalist or at least a sports talking head.
Yes,
these are the questions that they're in many respects trained to do, is to kind of analyze what's happening and what's going on. The thing that saves the statement is which suddenly seems so irrelevant. So for me, when I read that in the context of all of his tweets, he's bringing out that, hey, something's different about this. The NFL is going to have to think about what this is, how this takes place, but all of that is irrelevant. And then he comes back and clears up even further just to make sure I'm concerned about the health. Now, am I a Skip Bayless fan? Not really. He and I are probably on the same side as far as LeBron. But other than that,
that's
yes,
not
you
a
are.
Side, sir.
That is not a side. You're right,
not
Darian. Let's get this right. That's not a side.
Got it. Very clear for us. Crystal.
Yes. So so I will go from. What was my train? No, go ahead, Darren, because I lost my train.
Well, I'm still saying he misspoke bad. Now I understand everything where he's coming from, and when I first read it, that's kind of what I picked up. I was like, okay, maybe I'm not understanding what all of the hype is about,
Right.
But it seems like in the tweet, and you know us, we're looking for fodder.
Yeah.
We're sharks looking for chum. I mean, just people just especially on Twitter. Especially on Twitter.
Yes,
everybody loves to hide behind the alias that the internet provides us. No one's about to knock on. You can say whatever you want to. No one's about to knock on your door and say it to my face.
Unless you're Kevin Durant and you have like 15 Twitter accounts.
I was just about to say it. Oh, you beat me to it.
But you know what's funny to me? All of his burner accounts, why do they keep getting figured out? Like, dude, you are not good at this. You are not good at this.
Kev, we know that's you, Kev.
What do you expect from a brother who does not know what a brush is or lotion is?
I'm telling you.
What do you expect?
He's auditioning for the rebirth of Amistad. I'm telling
you.
That's
either that or he going for Samuel L. Jackson's role in what is it, Jungle Fever.
That is not a good look, bro. That is not.
I promise you, everybody
a good
33
look.
and under is like, what?
Huh? What?
What?
Just go watch it.
Google it. Just Google it.
Yep.
Just Google it.
Yeah, just go Google it.
Oh my goodness, hilarious. But yeah, and so because that tweet, there's so much I mean, the words "but how" is just blaring. Like, a game of this magnitude, it's almost like you're saying, dude, they can't afford to do this, even though it may seem so irrelevant at this point. It's like, well, the irrelevancy is very minimalized in this. I mean, I'm just looking at the weight of the way the words were put together, and so that's why I say, yeah, you misspoke big time, because people are not going to read it with this neutral approach. One of the things that we are afforded with is that we've lived long enough to slow down.
Yeah.
Seriously, we slow down. We read stuff. We make sure we don't like it for a reason.
Yes.
We can explain why we're offended.
Yes. Yes.
Most people, they cannot explain why they're offended. They heard somebody else was offended. They heard or they read somebody else didn't like something. Well, let's jump on the bandwagon. We all don't like it. Skip Bayless sucks. Fire Skip Bayless. Cancel Skip Bayless. Why? Because he said something stupid. What? I don't know.
Hey, that's the way Twitter works, man. And so I'm sitting here and I saw somebody, and here's the thing, I didn't see the tweet until today. And there's a pastor friend of mine, he made this long post about Skip and top. I guess he was insinuating racial undertones because he didn't even mention. Well, because he didn't mention his name. He said that young man. I'm like, what? Okay, how are you making that a bad thing instead of saying the dude's name? So anyway, that's a whole. So I'm like, okay, what did Skip Bayless say? So I went and I saw the tweet and I was like, okay, well, hold on. I said, Watkins, let me step back. Were there other tweets? So I read them in order as a conversation, and I'm like, okay, I get it. It probably wasn't the right timing, but I can understand what's, and like you said, Kev, from a journalist standpoint, and I understand it because here's the thing: they were doing the same thing on ESPN last night. What are the ramifications of this?
Bro.
They were doing it all over the TV. Skip was doing nothing different than what was already happening on ESPN and on NFL.
Skip is the most famous of the group,
and
because there are some that have even worse.
Yes. So this is the way I looked at when I looked at it, and I use those dot spaces strategically, even when I make posts, because for me, the way I see it, and most everybody, that's a long, silent pause, the power of the pause with words. And this is how I read it. He says, but he's thinking, how are you going to make this up? Nobody knows. There is no blueprint for this. There's no manual for this. And late in this season, a game of this magnitude is crucial to the regular season outcome, which suddenly seems so irrelevant. That's the way I read it.
And it's probably the way he meant it.
9 million other people didn't see it that way. So that makes me think, okay, am I wrong? And then I read the next tweet. I'm like, okay, you all, I get it. But as you said there, it feels that people are looking for something to say. Now, I'm not saying that I agree in totality with the timing of that middle tweet. He probably could have waited, but the journalist in him is going to do that. But from watching Skip for these many years and seeing his tweets, he was not thinking about the game over Hamlin's life. I don't know the man personally. I've never met him. Of course, he's a TV personality, but I'm not jumping to the conclusion that 1, he's a racist, 2, that he doesn't care about the dude's life, and the only thing that he cares about is NFL football and whether the game is going to. I'm not jumping to any of that. Now, timing bad, yes. Could it have waited? Most likely. I'll give that. I will not just brush that away. Yeah, I agree. It probably was not the best timing, but don't make him out to be this villain like he's the next sports antichrist. That's not happening.
Well, then on top of that, you don't have you have hothead Zilla Shannon Sharp as your co-host.
Yes.
Who is, as far as the last thing I read, refused to go on the show because of
he said on Friday that his grandson was being born. So I really do believe that's where he was. That was announced on Friday that his grandson. I don't know if he refused because of Skip. I have no idea. Now I do know that within the past month or two, it's gotten heated on the show. I don't know if
on a different level.
Got a video.
On a different level, on a very different level.
And it's gotten a lot, and because we all know Skip, just like Stephen A. Smith, they both can be incredibly disrespectful. That's their niche. That's what they've created for. That's the TV personality.
That's the stuff that brings us to watch. It's not. It's not the technical analysis.
No, it's not.
It is the sides, the slick talking.
Yes,
out the side of your neck. Yeah. I'm gonna make half of y'all happy, and the other half, you're gonna want to burn down my house, and that's gonna make sure I get a paycheck next week.
Yeah, it's that sideways shiv that you didn't catch the first time. You're like, hold on, what did you just say to me?
Right.
Yeah, it's and that's how they've created this. They've created this persona of themselves in this sports talk world. That's just who they are. Now, I don't know if they're really like that in real life. I don't know, but that's what they've created. But they have crossed the line before in the past, and now that, of course, that's coming back to bite them in the butt.
Yeah. So we'll see how all this plays out. I remember they asked Skip was he looking forward to the was he going to talk to Shannon, and Skip was like, I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to us having a conversation about this.
I'll be watching tomorrow.
Because first of all, I don't watch them. I see enough of them because they say the craziest stuff. So they just get reposted constantly. I ain't gotta watch them.
You don't have to, but it is. I'm not gonna lie to you, man. Show. It's good TV though, because Shannon Sharp. That's the reason I fell in love with the show, because it was straight barbershop talk. Shannon Sharp is the dude in the barbershop, and I absolutely love it.
And again, to me, Shannon is the shark, and Skip is the chum.
Yes,
he's the serve-up man. He just constantly gives him something to go off about.
Yes, he does. Yes,
they rarely agree, which is what they want.
When it comes to serious social issues, they agree on that. But when it comes to sports, there are contrarians on purpose.
Yes,
Shannon is, and so is Skip. Shannon on the Cowboys, on Tom Brady, and Skip on the Eagles and LeBron James. They're contrarians on purpose because it makes good TV. Because nobody's going to watch if they're always agreeing. Nobody.
Right.
Oh, no.
Nobody's going to watch that. Oh, God, they're agreeing again. No, nobody's going to watch that ever.
No.
Yeah.
What was the one, the most recent one I saw? I can't remember what Skip said. I wish I could remember what he said to Shannon, where basically he compared Shannon to another player. I can't remember if it was Tom Brady or somebody else. And Shannon was like, now hold up, now I ain't a chump. He starts going in.
The video I sent you?
I think so.
When he took his glasses off?
And he got real. Wait a minute now.
For those of you out there, if you and I having a conversation and I do this.
Oh, yeah, it's real.
Dude, that's when all bets are off.
Yeah, it's real. It's real at that point. At that point,
on national TV, I said, "Oh shoot, this dude just took his glasses.
He took his glasses off."
When that happened,
all it takes is somebody yelling out "World Star," and that's it. That's all. That's all.
That's it.
World Star.
I'm telling you, yeah. Hey, Morris. That's been going on for over a decade now.
Skip is supposed to get on your nerves, bro.
That's his niche.
That's why he gets paid what he gets paid.
Yep. And guess what? Stephen A. Smith is supposed to get on your nerves. That's what they get paid for. They get paid for it. That's why I think Mad Dog, whatever his name is now, across from Stephen A. Smith. I can't watch that. I mean, they're just yelling and screaming the whole time. It's impossible to watch. I don't get it. How either one of them hadn't had an aneurysm yet? I don't know,
dude.
But it's
here's the messed up part. Here's the messed up part. When and we're clear. All right, good. All right, cool, man. Yeah. Hey, you going down to the yeah. I'm gonna be there. Oh, cool. We gonna see your kid.
Bro, I don't know if that happened after Shannon took his glasses off.
No, that one.
No, that was a real conversation. Look, bro, there's a lot of things you can say to me. Don't say that to me again. That was a real conversation afterwards, because that was not an act.
Right.
Oof.
Right.
Oh, he was hot.
Right. Skip. I'm sure he went skip. 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 I was very close to grabbing you.
Right. When I say your name and there's a question mark afterward, and I do it like 3 times, Skip.
Yep.
Skip. Skip. Skip.
Let me help you. If you see this, stop.
Hey,
stop.
Because these things were expensive. I can swing on blurs. I ain't got to see clearly. I got to hit the one in the middle. That's all I got to do.
Just aim.
Morris said he looking for Skip, though. Listen, he looking for Skip in these streets.
Morris said it's on site. It's on
Morris.
Site.
Hey,
don't let me catch Skip slipping.
Morris, you too soft and pretty for jail, bro. Just like with me.
Hey,
bro.
Hey, listen.
Let's not do it, Morris. Come on, bro. It ain't worth all that.
Morris got that military in the background now. Don't sleep on Mr. Jackson. Don't sleep on Mr. Jackson. I know some things about Mr. Jackson. You notice I done changed his whole name. I know some things about Mr. Jackson. Okay. Yeah. Skip. It's on site. It's on site. You better not show up in Houston.
No, don't do it.
Just don't do it. Just don't do it. Just don't do it.
On location in Houston. Let's not.
Oh no, he don't need to be no.
He said Jason Bourne. Hey, Morris, stop typing, Morris. Stop. We don't need any other evidence. Just stop typing. We need plausible deniability, Morris.
Hey,
listen.
Have you ever heard of a program called Blackstone?
Oh, hey man. Hey, those are good flicks though, man.
Oh man.
Matt Damon did his thing.
He did.
He did. Matt Damon did his thing.
Too funny. Man. Ooh. Yeah. That's I get the feeling though, because everybody's calling for his head. That's not going to happen.
It's not going to happen. But you got other professionals, Kendrick Perkins and all these others. I mean, literally just coming out the side of their heads, bro. I'm like, y'all are in the same profession.
You know what's up. You know what's up.
You know the game.
Mm-hmm.
You know. That's why DeMarcus Spears says things. That's why Kendrick Perkins has hot takes. Hot takes are what keeps the ratings up. They know how this works, and they're the ones that are leading the charge. I'm like, you're kidding me, right? That's what bothers me.
Yeah. Well,
and they have hot takes that make sense, are controversial enough that get people emotionally bound, right?
Yes.
Unlike, for example, now, just again, when you have controversy, notice how quick they were to let go of Paul Pierce, right?
Yeah.
Paul Pierce had his thing. They're like, you're expendable. Your hot takes aren't that hot. You say things that make no sense. Deuces.
Paul, the false prophet, truth.
Yep. Have you seen? There's a clip floating around. It's old, but where Jalen Rose kind of ethered Paul Pierce to his face, because Paul Pierce was comparing himself to Dwayne Wade, saying he had a better career, and Paul was like, "He's been this. Paul has not. He's done this. Paul, you've done it once. He's done it this number of times." Like Paul is just sitting there like,
to his face,
because he's nothing he could say. Yeah. Oh, they were sitting next to each other.
Dude, records.
Dude, that's why
speak for
for
themselves.
so many years that Paul Pierce gets on my nerves. He acts like he's the next best thing to sliced bread. I'm like, bro, you had a good career. I'm not saying he did. I'm not taking it away from him, but you watched different tape than what we watched. Were there games that weren't recorded that you played that we haven't seen?
No.
There has to be.
No.
From the way he thinks.
No.
I mean, it's almost as bad as the Pippen syndrome. I'm like, what are we doing?
It's an official diagnosis.
Hey, I need to copyright that. Hold on.
It's an official diagnosis. The Pippen syndrome.
Oh, I need to patent that. I need to copyright that. Oh,
Listen.
It's an official diagnosis. That is crazy.
I need to market that.
Oh man.
Oh. Yeah, you need to.
I can see it. I can see a T-shirt.
Llama, and I'm copywriting
the Pippen syndrome, and then the whole definition. just
a delusional thought process,
right? Causes you to believe you are much better.
They're breaking out the I can't even say it. Never mind.
Thesaurus.
Good grief! Breaking it out to figure out what is this thing? Yes.
Yeah. I'm sorry. That would be absolute. Listen, that T-shirt would sell, bro. That T-shirt would sell. Oh man, yeah. You know what? That's a whole line of clothes. That's a clothing line right there. Yes. Just the negative blowback from dumb stuff that athletes say and do. The llama, you ain't my goat. And now the Pippen syndrome. I'm telling you,
not the truth. Yes.
Right. You are not Jesus Harnsworth.
Hey, listen.
You are not the truth.
Yes.
Oh man. Oh, I can see that, man.
Nobody's safe, bro. Nobody's safe here. Nobody.
Oh, not at all.
Safe. Nobody's safe in the shop.
That would be absolutely off the chain. LeBron versus Jesus.
We tell the truth around here.
What'd you say, Kev?
I said we tell the truth around here. It's not always a convenient truth. It's not always a popular truth, and sometimes it's just our truth. But we tell
and it's not true sprinkled with love. Sometimes it's just straight truth, the hard way.
And for those that this might be your first time checking out Chop It Up, let me just kind of set some ground rules as far as some things that at least I believe and hold to be true. LeBron James, not the GOAT. He is the llama, which stands for loves losing alongside multiple all-stars.
All-stars, yes.
Beyonce is overrated.
Oh my God, here we go.
Yes, Morris, it's all Trump's fault.
Oh, here we go. Oh, we just lost 9,000 followers.
Listen, we lost them when we first said that don't start saying anything about COVID vaccine.
Oh yeah,
we lost a whole bunch then. Well, we know what they're gonna be talking about.
So those are some of our truths that I have on this show here. For Tori, it is that chocolate ice cream is nasty. That's his hot take.
Let's get it right. It's not just nasty. It's the nastiest flavor of ice cream ever made. Let's get it right.
He
He said it's not just nasty because you can have a range of nasty.
Yes. No. Yes.
You can put it at the very, very bottom.
I put that ES on the end. Yes. The nastiest ever made.
Made. Got it.
And I'm with Kevin. Beyonce is 100% overrated, and so is Drake. Overrated,
but you still going to them concerts.
I ain't going to their concert.
Oh yeah, you are. Yeah, you are. Watch. Okay.
Right. No cameras in here.
Okay.
Okay, that's okay.
Okay.
It's on Facebook. All I gotta do is message Kia.
Listen, no
message
worries.
and say, hey,
I ain't scared.
listen,
Right
I'll
foot
edit
up,
this.
left foot in. I don't even know the words. Just telling you, you're gonna be doing the whole dance. You're gonna be doing the whole dance.
Oh, I will not, and I will not have a bag of candy corn with me.
Oh, I
That's for
can't wait.
sure.
I can't wait, bro. Sprinkled on the chocolate ice cream.
Oh, no. Not even close.
Oh, Kia, if you are watching, I need you to do me a huge favor, just once, just a little bowl with a little just some sprinkles, and just ask him, hold it in your hand, just ask him, baby,
Why?
how much
Why
do
are
you
you
love
doing
me?
this to me?
What is
wrong with
me,
me,
baby?
But here's the thing: you know she's listening. Why are you doing this to me? Seriously,
baby, how much do you really? How far would you go for me for
not
our
that far.
love?
She already knows. let's not get feelings hurt.
You know what?
Hey.
Let me quit. Let me try to break up
Okay.
home.
Hey, let's not get feelings hurt. Come on now.
Let me get out of that before y'all both wind up on my doorstep. Like, no, bro, you wanted this smoke. Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, we already had conversations about her hating cabbage. Like, she says, I don't want to eat wet lettuce. I'm like, what?
Wait. Wet lettuce.
Wet lettuce, soggy lettuce. Yeah, she hates cabbage. Like, can't stand cabbage.
I've never heard that description.
And so
I've never heard.
Yeah, and so my thing was, the right person didn't make it. That's what Ashley said too. She's like, nah, I don't like it. I said, wow.
Cabbage.
Is that what we're rolling into right now?
No. You in there.
Yeah.
Remember at the beginning of the show? Both feet.
Oh no. Both. Not both. Both.
Both.
Elbows. Yes.
Both of them.
Both of them. Both of them. That's
Both of them.
Both of them.
I ain't even mad at you, sir. Both of them.
It's too late to turn back now.
She said, "Oh, that's gonna be one heck of a dinner, boy."
So if I ever get cabbage, it's just gonna be for me. But
Ice cream and cabbage.
Hey, I made black eyed peas for the first time ever in my life on Sunday. And Key, I know you listening. Just go put it in the comments. Tell them what it was like. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I surprised myself. I ain't lying. I ain't gonna lie. I was like, what is this magic that I just
Tori. Tori believes in scripture. Let another man's lips praise you, not your own.
Hey, there we go. That's what I'm talking about.
Come on, baby. Tell him. Baby, tell him real quick. Right in the comments.
Do not be hard. Yeah, but yeah. So yeah, they were actually pretty tasty.
All right.
See,
and she put the boo in there too.
And the boo.
Let the world know, baby. Let the world know. That's what I'm talking about.
When you get a term of endearment too, yeah, you didn't put your whole. I was about to say your foot. No, you didn't put your whole left leg in it.
I'm crept walking.
Okay.
Hey. And it was poke free.
Come on, somebody.
Smoked
yes, sir.
Wings, some sauteed onions, boy. Put them in there with that chicken broth. Let the wings break down in there for about 3-4 hours. Took them out, took the meat out, put it back in, smash a little of them and get that pea gravy. Ooh! It'll make you want to smack your mama.
He said, "What is this magic I've created?"
I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I tasted. I was like, "Oh my gosh, this is so good."
I love it.
I ain't gonna lie. I literally did. I surprised myself.
Man,
I'm
thinking about that show.
I've been intimidated by black eyed peas my whole life because I've had some.
Right, Morris. Thank you, bro. This is weekly, homie.
Okay. Every week.
And typically, if we don't, I was just gonna say,
my
typically
life.
when we don't have something to discuss afterwards, kind of catching up, man, we're like, "Hey, I'm out, man. We got to go eat.
Right?
It's time to eat."
Mm-hmm.
Because
Mm-hmm.
we be
Facts.
hungry. Yes.
And
Yeah.
I'm hungry now.
No,
Yeah, man.
my bad, Morris.
And
My bad.
Morris is a bit of a chef in the kitchen himself, so I'm sure he probably wrote some notes like, "Ooh, you know what?
Oh, Morris, I
Yeah,
want to know, man. Hit me up, DM me, bro. The recipe was so easy. I mean, yeah. Morris can be the car like
Morris
this.
said, I'm about to be out here driving, looking like a crack.
just looking.
Lips
Y'all
on white.
open?"
Listen.
Oh my gosh.
Too funny.
Good stuff.
Real talk though. What else do you have with it?
Actually, I just made them for the next night. So I did some chicken wings. Some what kind of wings did I do? What kind of wings were they? Oh, some some black garlic chicken wings, and had to make some biscuits. You know, you gotta sop up the black eyed peas with a biscuit. You know, Now, I didn't make the biscuits; they straight Pillsbury Pillsbury biscuits. So I ain't gonna lie, I'm not a baker, so I didn't make the biscuits. So I'm not even gonna try to front.
You know, them biscuits, them biscuits made me jump for the good part of my adult life. Like still like,
Yep. Because you're afraid to open it first. Yes.
Dude, Ashley jumped because she made sopa pea cheesecake. Because we did Mexican food, Puerto Rican food for Christmas, and so they used the crescent rolls for the sopa pea cheesecake. And she sit there and went, poof, and she jumped. I said, Ashley, you dang 29 years old. Why in the world you jumping still?
Them jokers is loud. That sound like a gunshot.
You ain't expecting it?
No, man.
Well, no, because it's about the timing. You think that you gotten to a point where it should have popped,
right?
And it
then
doesn't.
you're pulling it, and it finally does pop. But you're like, you should have. And then sometimes it's like you just touch it a little, and all of a sudden it just pops. So it's like it's kind of like the Jack in the Box type of thing, where it just pops up at no time.
Like that. You know what the old folks say when you jump like that? That means you ain't living right. You all right? I'm just
Kev is fine because he don't touch them Pillsbury. Kev said, "No, my life is good. I just don't touch that dough no more."
Yep.
That's how we fixed that one.
That's how we remedy that.
Listen,
bro. Or you go to the 99-cent store and you get the generic ones, and then that way they just open up when you finally rip through everything else. Then they finally open up.
Oh yeah, but they got like 19 layers for those, bro.
Right,
bro. What?
I know some folks. They just go get a knife, get the back of it, back of a butter knife. I just want to make sure it opens just when I want it to open.
Whack, exactly.
Blop. Just like, dude, and now I'm thinking, who thought of that? Like, who came up with? You know what? This would be so cool.
Let's put this raw dough in a high pressurized situation that when it opens up, people have heart attacks when they open it up.
Think about that for a second. Like the dough doesn't stay put; it pops. Like, why is this under yeast pressure like that? What
people don't realize, and I told Ashley this, is that when you have those, it's best to do it right when you take it out the fridge, because if you let it sit on the counter for a good 30 minutes,
oh yeah, it's expanding.
So if that pressure's building up, one pill, I mean, it pops on its own at that point.
Right.
Yeah. That's why you never put them jokers in a hot car.
Yep.
You think you're rolling through Compton,
bro? don't have bought 2 or 3 of them either.
Yeah.
Get down, baby. Get down.
Bob and wave. And here we go.
Here we go again.
Listen,
here we go.
You know, around here we don't plan it, but somehow we always end up at our starting point.
Always.
Some way, somehow, we end up at our starting point.
Oh man.
All right, so yeah, that's it for tonight. We've cover the main thing, which was definitely some updates on
Yes.
Damar Hamlin. And then, of course, the NFL and Skip Bayless and response to that. So if you're definitely still praying for the young man,
Absolutely.
he is stable, but not completely out of the woods. He's
Right.
moving in the right direction as far as trajectory. So we definitely, no problem, Morris. You can catch it on the replay.
All good, brother.
And so, you know, we're still praying for him, and hopefully we'll have some good news by our show next week. But that's it for this one. We will see you all next Tuesday. Have a great one. Be blessed.
Y'all be good.